got a hold of it along the wall. The Kings take possession here in the open ice. Hatcher's going to play it against the half wall. Pass the puck away. Winnipeg's looking to break out of their own end. They've got numbers. Let's move to the middle. Oh, they couldn't complete that. Bird swooping in on the attack. Steps into all of it in the open ice.
The cliche in hockey is you want to start the game hard and physical and really set the tone, and that's what he was doing right there.
Prince Albert's got it in their own zone. The Kings carry it along the wall. Grabs the puck. Solid hit on the play, and that knocks the puck off his stick. Throwing to the slot. Prince Albert's offense has been on fire to start this one, and still lots of time left in the first. Dangle's got the puck. Moves it to Lum. Picked up along the wall by Kramer. Prince Albert's got the puck. Quick pass across to Hatcher. Oh, they telegraphed the pass, and he picks it off. They've got numbers here. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Quick feed to Lum. And that's intercepted by Hall. Here's an off-man rush. Feeds it over. Huge steal in his own end. Oh, look at the pass. The Warriors play the puck from the back of the net. He tries to tie in. Grabbed along the board by Lum. And a smart heads-up read to come up with the puck. Prince Albert's got it in their own zone. There's the physical side. Passes it over. And the extended stick ends that one. They've got some momentum here. Here's the pass in front. And that's intercepted. Works it across to Hatcher. Player goes down to the ice. There's the referee's hand in the air. Looks like we got a tripping penalty on the way. And there's the whistle stopping the play. Hatcher's not going to like the call when the officials see tripping on the play.
Well, he's going to take the feet out from under his opponent here, so he's going to get the tripping call. That's going to be a 2-minute minor as he marches to the box here, James. That's a frustrating one for everyone on his team. He was in and amongst the scrum, just got to find the puck.
And they continue to apply pressure here. Inside the final minute of the first here. Takes the shot. Shuts it down. Under all sorts of pressure in his own end with the puck now. They get it over the defensive end. Finds nothing but air on that shot. Trying to come up with a huge defensive play to get this puck out of his own end. And he moves it up to the side. Intercepts the pass. Oh, clutch save. Ready for the draw as they continue to be short-handed here. Takes a shot. Time ticking away, and he comes up books. The next 20 minutes is on deck next here on EA Sports.
Here's 1-2 to
Just moments away from puck drop for second period action. Winnipeg's won the draw to start the period, and they go right back to work on the man advantage. And we're going to face off after the offside call. The south side still short-handed here as they slide in for the face-off. Prince Albert's come up with possession after that neutral zone draw. Here's an opportunity to clear the zone. And they get the puck out, and they needed that.
They certainly did. This PK unit has been on fire. They get the clear. That's one. You kill valuable time. That's two. And now three. You can contest the entry. That's a great play all the way around.
Winnipeg's ready to go on the attack. Here's a shot. Oh, save! Huge puck against the glass.
I love the physicality in this game, but now there's going to be a stoppage in play, James, as that glass is broken. That's an absolutely massive hit, James. These are the types of things that can change the landscape of the game. The power of the legs right through the body. Lots of awareness there on puck carrier.
Still plenty of time left in this frame. Prince Albert's got a 3-0 lead. They have been in control right from the start. Kramer's won the face-off, and now let's see what they can do. Scores! All over the rebound, and he puts it in. The Warriors desperately needed that, and Cheryl, I know I sound like Captain Obvious on that one.
Well, a 2-goal deficit is certainly better than a 3-goal deficit, James. I know I'm Captain Obvious as well there. But finding a way to get it done, there's a lot of time left in this game for them to claw their way back in. It just takes one to reset the sail.
Welcome back to the 2025 World Series on Fox, presented by Capital One. Blue Jays with 2 home runs, 3 pitches into this game, and an insurance run in the 4th. They lead 3-1 as Blake Snell comes home to Addison Barger. To start the 7th inning, misses inside with his first pitch. Well, mission accomplished in his ability to bear down and get deep into this game.
Yeah, he's giving them a chance. The offense has just been stymied. Streak is over.
What, you mess up your scorecard?
First time in 5 games.
Wow, you had a 5-game streak going?
Longest one of my career in the postseason.
Extra impressive because one of those games is actually 2.
Yeah,
2.1, so get yourself 6.
I got a suggestion for anyone who makes the score sheets moving forward. Just put the name of the team as bold so you don't have to, you know, you fold it in half, you turn it over, but you get confused.
Do you?
Do you?
I was going to find the seats, and it's 2-2. 3 runs on 5 hits for the Blue Jays, a run on just 2 hits for the Dodgers, and this is now 4 runs over the last 26 innings. Back to the 7th inning of Game 3 when it was 5-5, and it looked like the offense had come to life. Not much doing since. 2-2 to Barger. Punches one left side. It's going to find its way into left field. Muncy was over towards the hole, and Barger snuck it by him for a leadoff single. He has reached base all 3 times in this Game 5. If tonight's game ends in a walk-off, Capital One will donate an additional $10,000 to the Jackie Robinson Foundation as part of the Capital One walk-off program. To date, Capital One has donated more than $1 million to the foundation to support its programs and initiatives. Jays fans are saying we'll put together $10,000 together so we don't have to have Capital One do that on a walk-off. That would mean a Dodger win in this 5th game. Leadoff man aboard, counter for the ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Enriquez ready to go in the Dodger bullpen. Bunted foul.
Here's the other play you don't see too often. I mean, you don't see bunts very often. But in a bunting situation, and the pitcher knows it, the infielders know it, starting the runner and bunting at the same time. It's not technically a hit and run. It'd be bunt and run, and you're guaranteed to get the runner to second unless the ball's in the dirt.
Crashing in from first, Freeman, and IKF takes a strike. You run a further risk of a double play that way. A little pop-up.
You do, but you do it only with the guy that you know is a great bunter of the ball and a pitcher that's around the strike zone. The reason he did that, see if the intel of the hitter at the plate would give away anything. I doubt he'll be bunting here with 2 strikes.
Still looking for his first hit of the World Series. Connor Falefa, 0 for 14. That one gets away, and Barger will get second anyways. Blue Jays outplaying the Dodgers in this game in every way.
Again, it's a game of advanced thinking. If this happens, this is what I do. Anticipating, reading, reacting. And that was such a tough block for Smith. He didn't know what the ball was. An easy advance to second.
Now a 2-2 pitch. Connor Falefa takes in the dirt. It's gone to 3-2 on a guy that is hitless in this World Series. Enriquez ready for the top of the order, likely. 3 hitters away, or 2 hitters away. Barger at second, nobody out. The payoff pitch. Bouncing ball left side. Betts is there. Running throw in time. Runner stays at second. MLB Together is baseball's platform embodying the sports commitment to philanthropic causes and mental wellness efforts by teams, players, and the league. To learn more, please visit MLBtogether.com. Unhappy faces here at Dodger Stadium. 50,000 plus. Not a whole lot to cheer about, though, as Trey Savage has dominated this game. Andres Jimenez with 1 out, swings and misses. Here's another chance for Jimenez to do what he's done best in this postseason. That is deliver with runners in scoring position. 7 for 14. 3rd on the team in RBIs out of the 9 spot. Wells attacked him with fastballs tonight, struck him out both times. This is his last hitter. Schneider on deck. Ball 2.
You're wondering what Blake Snell does every once in a while, reaching in the back pocket. It gives him information on counts, tendencies, all that gathered from 162 games based on the batter.
Got him to chase right there, 2-2. reliable is that in the postseason? Because guys change.
Yeah, and that might be a card for just postseason too. It's not necessarily, but I think it's a good reliance to know the tendencies of hitters. They don't vary too often.
It's a play sheet for the offensive coordinator. The 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball first, but foul.
Slow, and then fastball up is where he's been getting them. So if you're thinking along the lines, it's late in the game. This is probably the last hitter. You have one more good fastball on a 2-2 count up in the zone that looks enticing for Jimenez to go after it.
Nathan Lucas has a bat ready to counter if there's a new pitcher. 2-2. There's a fastball. Throw back to second. Hits the runner. I know Betts did catch it.
I don't like that by Will Smith right there, because now all you're doing is you're possibly taking a strike away on a 2-2 pitch with the chance of picking off a guy at second. I don't know if it's worth the risk.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes on the 9-hitter. His hand, and his 4th walk of the game will set it up for the top of the order and likely end his night. No, Mark Pryor instead.
Yeah,
that's to buy a little time.
I don't know if they would rather face Lucas here.
Yeah, so I guess the question is Snell against Schneider or Enriquez against Lucas.
Right, and I think that's going to be just a pulse check right now and see where he's at and understand that Lucas will come into the game if they take him out.
Let's get a quick word from Google Cloud.
Does a little hop bring a little luck? Catch the game like never before with AI from Google Cloud.
Boy, you sure would love a double play here with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. waiting on deck.
Yeah, that likely will happen on a changeup away if he gets into a situation to utilize. The aggressiveness of Snyder was no more evident than the first pitch of the game. Solo home run.
Strikeout and a walk since then. 2 on with 1 out in the 7th. Jays by 2. Started him with a change. Strike 1. Davis Schneider, the former 28th round pick. Sees another changeup float in there. 0-2.
That one caught him by surprise, I think. And now you're trying to go for that kill shot. Got a couple pitches to maybe either swing over the top of a breaking ball that starts up or go 3 in a row changeups and just make this one way off the plate.
You know the hitter's got to be thinking, he can't throw 3 in a row, can he? See what he chooses. On an 0-2. He did, not through a slider, but it missed.
The thought here is you're going to see him swing over the top of a slider. He could get on his tippy toes trying to get that call.
Now the 1-2 is in the dirt. Smith can't get it, and up to third goes Barger.
And Barger has been on it. Anticipating the ball in the dirt. When he sees it, he's gone. You can see that ball just kicks way away from Smith.
So he singles to open the inning. Takes second on a wild pitch. Takes third on a wild pitch. Two balls and 2 strikes on Schneider. Snell comes home from 0-2 to 3-2. With Vlad Jr. looming on deck. Well, who would have thought? You lose George Springer, you come back to win Game 4, and then in Game 5, it's the guy that slides up into the leadoff spot in his place that starts it with a home run, and now tries to squeeze the last drop out of Blake Snell. Most pitches he's thrown in 3 years. The 116th. A 3-2 to Davis Schneider. Down with a change. And that will be the end of the line for Blake Snell. Dave Roberts will go down to his young flamethrowing righty Henriquez as Snell finishes off his night with his 7th K. The Blue Jays with a 2-run lead. And runners at first and third looking for insurance and looking for a 3-2 World Series lead.
With his eyes, with his hands, with his feet, finding ways to manipulate his opponents. 3 goals in this one. He's got Hattie shooting, changing the angle of his shot to beat the goaltender.
The Kings gain possession along the wall. Big save in front.
Well, a grade A scoring chance taken away from the inner slot because he's so aggressive and gets to the top of his crease.
Some spill in the corner. And he slides it quickly to Lum. Fires it. They score. They have tied it up here with a big-time goal in the third.
Well, they couldn't have waited much longer there, James. They're running out of runway, but they found a way to get it done. You got to come up big at the right moment and brace the pressure, and that's exactly what they did.
And he sidesteps the check there. Says it in front. And that's stopped. The Kings scoop it up along the boards. The Warriors have it in the offensive zone. That's some smart heads-up defensive play by Hall. Slides the puck to Hatcher. Another hit. He will feel this one by the end of the night.
Tough night for him. He's going to have to keep his head up and move that puck quickly if he doesn't want to get hit again.
Makes the save with the trapper. A lot on the line here in this offensive zone face-off. And with the centers tied up, he swoops in to take possession. Draws to the paint. Oh, sticks.
My bad, Kev.
He does a great job of having sound positional play based on where the puck is on that low inner spot. When he makes himself big, takes away the holes, and makes the save.
Shuts him down. And they continue to fight for that puck along the wall. Prince Albert's in the corner along the wall. Quick turn. Hitting all the boards. Edwards totally there.
Well, there isn't it. You can just feel it.
Night finish. Book still open, though, for Blake Snell. Frustrated with this outing. 3 runs, 2 of them coming on the first 3 pitches of the game on home runs. This is the guy that hit one of them, Vlad Jr. Edgardo Henriquez on to face him. Upstairs to the first pitch. Gained trust in what he did in the 18-inning game when he had 2 scoreless innings.
Throws hard, but that doesn't matter to Guerrero. You better locate it.
Another home run, a walk, and a double play ground out. First and third, 2 away. 2-run lead for Toronto. Henriquez comes home. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Henriquez only 23. Had not pitched since the wild card round prior to Game 3. Dodgers desperate for guys to step forward in that bullpen in big spots.
If you want to know why he's such a good hitter and why there's so many strikeouts in baseball, hitters have a bat angle that is in the upper 20s launch, right? They want to launch, they want to lift the ball in the air. His is flatter in the strike zone. It's part of the reason why he hits so many ground balls, and he hits them hard. And by having a flatter swing and as strong as he is, if you throw the wrong pitch, that will create his power. But he's not up there trying to launch and hit homers. He's up there to hit the ball hard and hit at gaps and then take advantage of where you're pitching it.
And home runs come out of that.
They sure do.
He's got 8 of them to just 5 strikeouts in the playoffs. Got Barger at third, Jimenez at first. The 3-1. Guerrero fouls it off, and it's 3-2. Dodgers could not get out of the inherited runner situation for their starter Ohtani last night. It was the difference in the ball game, what the relievers did coming in.
Seeing Savage standing, man, I can't believe he stands a lot. It just would wear. He must not like to sit. Nervous energy, whatever it is. But I think his manager is going to go batter to batter now with him if there's no more runs scored in this game or this inning.
Payoff pitch to Vlad Jr. Overthrows it to the backstop, and here comes Barger. 4-1 Toronto. A single and 3 wild pitches to allow Barger to go first to home.
That was not your typical Dodgers inning. But the fear of making a great pitch to a great hitter, and the feeling that a manager has when he watches a runner go first, second, third, home without a hit.
And so first and second for Bichette. The Dodgers over the first 142 innings pitched in this postseason had 3 wild pitches. They have 3 in this inning alone.
It's crazy.
The 1 to Bichette. Trying to make it really hurt. They ruled that, by the way, a pass ball, but same idea.
That was a pass ball.
Either way, it's a run. And the Blue Jays have the insurance with a pitcher on the mound who looks unhittable.
I want to see the replay of that.
We're going to get that. Ball 2. Will Smith says, calm down.
Oh, there's no way.
101 in the other batter's box.
There is no way. When you're set up for a pitch where he was set up to get 101, you keep it as wild. You keep it as a wild pitch.
Not good. Oh, I'm sticking to my guns because I wrote it in pen.
I mean, there's just no way. You're not supposed to catch a ball in the left-handed batter's box.
Triple digits, no less. 3 balls and a strike on Bichette. Jimenez at second, Guerrero at first. Here comes. Shot to right field, a base hit. Here comes Jimenez.
Fuck, I got the pass act. Oh, I wasn't even a shot.
It is not in time, and it's 5-1. And the Blue Jays have another multi-run inning. And for the second night in a row, a Dodger reliever comes in, and the 2 inherited runners both come in.
RBI king for the Toronto Blue Jays. We'll find out what the future holds for him, but right now he is living a dream, playing in the World Series after not competing in the first couple of series due to that knee injury, and coming through.
He's knocked in a run in all 3 games here in Los Angeles. He's given the Blue Jays a 5-1 lead as they try to go back-to-back wins after the crushing defeat. Maybe we should stop calling it crushing because they've made it look like it was nothing. Game 6, one way or another, is going to be this matchup. This is why this game is so important for the Blue Jays. They're looking at facing Yamamoto, fresh off his complete game that I know you've said is as impressive a performance as you've ever watched in the playoffs. And you've seen some good ones.
Yeah, no, he was in the strike zone. He was nasty. He just absolutely took the bats out of their hands and dominated that game.
And of course, Gausman on the other side for the Blue Jays. He's been their ace all year and for years.
And he was equally as dominant. He made 1 mistake with 2 outs to Will Smith in a tie game. So he's been awesome for Toronto as well.
Yamamoto for the Dodgers, but Gausman plus that Rogers Center crowd for the Blue Jays. Even playing field as this heads to game 6. 2-0 on Kirk.
The one thing about this inning, and it may knock out your Savage because of the delay, right? Plus they got a couple runs, but that delay in this late in the game really impacts a pitcher. And
no, that's
you're running out of gas a little bit, and he doesn't have exactly experience of 200+ innings. We'll see what they choose to do when this inning comes to the bottom half.
Anthony Bond is ready for the Dodgers as this has gone to 3-0 on Kirk. Enriquez looking for his first out. Not going to find it here. They're not going to get a chance to find it again. Left-handed batting Dalton Varsho's coming to the plate. Anthony Bonda's coming in. The Jays have scored twice more here in the 7th. They lead it 5-1. World Baseball Classic is around the corner. It's only played once every 3 years. It'll be next March on Fox. Aaron Judge suits up for Team USA for the first time. The big jumper will catch. Bobby Witt Jr. part of that as well. Dalton Varsho to the plate here in Game 5 of the World Series. A 5-1 lead for the Toronto Blue Jays as Edgardo Enriquez is the latest to come in and let inherited runners come in to score. This is a bases loaded situation that Anthony Bonda inherits. Out of the 3 times we've seen this situation in the World Series, 8 of the 9 runs have come in. Inherited, bases loaded for a reliever. A strike one on Varsho. Bonda was one of the guys that struggled out of the pen last night. Couldn't hang on to things for Shohei Ohtani.
No.
It was the concern coming into the postseason for the Dodgers. Covered up by how good the starting pitching was the first few rounds. But then busted open as the Blue Jays have been a tougher test on the starters. Ground ball to second. Tommy Edman will shovel it off to second to end the inning. But the Jays get 2. Second night in a row. They put up a crooked number in the 7th. 2 wild pitches. No, we're sticking with 3. 3 wild pitches allow Barger to go all the way around. Blake Snell's finished. The Dodgers down 5-1 to the last of the 7th.
moved the puck in the defensive zone. Oh, did he ever rock him in the open ice?
Some players get into the game by physically and...
He's got a step. Shot on a breakaway.
Well, the shooter gets in tight here, James.
Trey is savage with 11 strikeouts in this game, matching his career high that he set against the New York Yankees in the division series. How about that? 11 Ks against the Yankees in the division series, 11 Ks against the Dodgers, the defending champion in the World Series. Freddie Freeman leads off. And is quickly down 0-2.
It's impressive. It's a long layoff. I'm sure they're going batter to batter, you would think, and ride this hot arm as long as they can. But to come out there and do this after that wait, I'm impressed.
Most pitches that he's thrown in the postseason, 87 through 94 in his last start of the regular season. He's got a new left fielder, Miles Straw, in for Davis Schneider, tightening up that defense that's already good. 1-2 to Freeman. There's a dozen for Trey Savage.
Well, what this shows me is John Schneider is looking at the results more than he's looking at anything else. I told you before, you got to throw away stats and tendencies when you're in a one game. Obviously, you got to win 2, but you're in a one-game situation where your pitcher is having a moment. Don't go to the stats when he's having a moment. Let your eyes determine when you think the hitters are telling you different.
And John Schneider says that he's learned his lesson in that regard. He said his first couple postseasons, he lost about a month worth of sleep, sitting there laying awake about not trusting his eyes, not trusting his gut, going with the numbers, going with the script. Said I was just gripping that wheel too tight to the formula, and committed himself to trusting people, trusting his eyes this time around. Hernandez slaps it foul, and it's 1-2. Down to Tom Verducci.
Joe, it really is amazing when you think he began this year pitching against the Jupiter Hammerheads in front of 327 people. Here we are at World Series Game 5. He's seeing the Dodgers, the highest scoring team in the National League, for the second time in 5 days.
This is going to be an infield hit for Teoscar Hernandez.
And Joe, he has obtained 23 swings and misses tonight. That is the most in a World Series game since those things have been tracked since 2008. We are looking at a true World Series prodigy.
Recapturing what he had against the Yankees in the division series. Threw into the Yankees what a young Josh Beckett did at the age of 23 in the World Series in 2003, clinching out at the Yankee Stadium.
Hey, speaking of Josh Beckett, saw him today at the golf course.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, was he dominant in that World Series?
Yeah.
My goodness.
As a youngster. No balls and a strike on Tommy Edman. 0 for 2. Fouls it into the glove. Strike 2. Continues to get ahead even at 99 pitches.
He's just in rhythm, and there's been no stress. And that's the beautiful thing about when you're in rhythm and you don't have to deal with a lot of stress. Stress causes you to be more firm with your pitches, to be more perfect with your pitches, and therefore more tension.
Only one at-bat tonight with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, that's why he's out there. And even that hit right there, obviously, a little infield hit, would be different if he got it laced to left field and guys start timing him up.
One of only 3 hits in this game for LA. Edman takes it in the dirt, and the count evens 2-2. Grew up on the family farm outside of Philadelphia, Boyerstown, Pennsylvania. Didn't really get into baseball until he was in high school. More interested in playing outdoors. Pretty good career choice he picked. 2-2. Popped out of his hand, and the count goes 4. Dominguez and Fluharty both ready for John Schneider. It would likely be Fluharty for Muncy. Payoff. Fouled off, and he barely stays alive. Series masterpiece from 22-year-old Trey Savage. About a month and a half ago, nobody outside of the most diehard Blue Jays fans or prospect fans would have known the name Trey Savage. Everybody going to know him now. 12 strikeouts in Game 5 of the World Series, and he holds the defending champions to just a run over 7 innings.
He's never going to forget that game, and neither are the fans of the Toronto Blue Jays. And his manager, to your point, showed what he had learned and what he was willing to stick out. Yeah, 5-1 lead, but how many times have we seen a lead turn around? Just because you're supposed to take somebody out and the next guy's coming in and he ain't ready or he's not good. That right there says it all.
The past, future, and the future that's just arrived. Vlad Jr. was the hope, and then Savage. Is he the guy that pushes him over the top? Talk all about the offense. But starting pitching, going the way of the Blue Jays, that could be the last thing that tips this series in their advantage. Bonded to Ernie Clement with an 0-2 and a line drive base hit to center field.
I want you to see what the Toronto Blue Jays had done against left-handed pitching. And they didn't see any against Seattle as the starters, but they took on the New York Yankees, and now they've seen Blake Snell twice. It's pretty impressive.
If the score holds, they'll go to 7-1 in the 8 games against left-handed starters in these playoffs.
19 runs.
Barger takes a strike. You're talking about Snell twice. You're talking about Max Fried. Carlos Rodon. Barger's been on all 3 times in this game. Couple singles and a walk. Got 0-2 here.
Time's out.
Number 1 in the majors in batting average on the year. Number 1 in on base. The defense exceptional. You knew those things coming into the playoffs. The pitching, though, they had the worst ERA of the playoff teams, of the entire field. You see that, it's hard to get too confident about your chances. But the pitching has exceeded what they did during the regular season.
Well, Scherzer got healthier, and you've seen a better version of him.
Boy, this is ugly.
Bassett got healthier. He's been unscored upon in this World Series. And so all of a sudden, you start thinking, And you got Shane Bieber doing what he did. This is, it's still an uphill task for both teams, because both teams, if they get tremendous starting pitching, can shut down the other team. We're talking about Yamamoto in Game 6. Gosman.
Chopper to second. That'll advance coming up to third. Barger the first out. Trey Savage. 11 strikeouts against the Yankees. Game 2 of the division series. Does it again here. First rookie with 10 strikeout games in a single postseason ever.
And the adjustments he made in his bullpen and everything he looked at, yeah, I'd smile too. That was unbelievable. And what he was able to do, the field, the pitching was way better, and that splitter was incredible.
Kind of for left for past the drawn in infield to make it 6-1. Single, wild pitch, productive out, and then kind of for left his first hit of the World Series. It was Game 5 last year where the Dodgers hoisted the trophy, took advantage of the Yankees' defensive lapses. It's Game 5 of the World Series this year where their own mistakes helped the Blue Jays pile on. There goes Kevin off the first pitch, and it's fouled off.
Yeah. We would love to have that swing back and take. It was an easy stolen base.
Now these 5 runs the Jays now lead by. The way the Dodger offense is going feels like 50.
It does, and somebody's going to have to crack the code in that lineup and get hot at the absolute right time now.
Shallow left field. Here comes Alex Call. Jimenez out number 2. Miles Straw heads up there for his first at-bat, having come on defensively last year. You can wear the gear that makes champions. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, t-shirts, and more. From the dugout to your doorstep. Grab official World Series gear just like the players wear at MLBshop.com. Straw, a defensive ace, into the game for that purpose. Looking for his first hit of the World Series like Connor Falefa just got. Former Astro, former Guardian. Out of the Blue Jays, Miles Straw out of St. John's River Community College. Junior college walk-on once upon a time. Anthony Dominguez. Dodgers have the bottom of the order due up. No. 2-0. Well, really, in each game in this series, what the bullpens do will lead you to the answer who wins the games. Game 1, Toronto's pen gave up just 2. The Dodger pen gave up 6. Blue Jays won that one. Dodgers were able to stay away from the bullpen altogether in Game 2 with a complete game, and then had the performance of the year for their pen in Game 3 with the 11 straight scoreless innings. Last night, Jays pen had the edge. Flew hard, he got out of a jam that Banda and Treinen couldn't. Tonight, the Dodger pen letting the inherited runners score. Another one right here. Kiner-Falefa has stolen second.
Well, to your point, I mean, the Blue Jays lead by 5, right? And the Dodgers have scored 4 total runs in their last 27 innings. That tells you all you need to know about an offense that has been pretty dormant and inconsistent. It'll have time to wake up, because all they'll have to do if they don't come back here is win 1 game. And then win 1 more game. But you'll hear that a lot from players and managers. All we got to do is win 1 game. And not worry about the other one until you do.
Found themselves in the same position the Blue Jays found themselves in the championship series, although they'll be on the road. Well, the Jays took the 3-2 deficit home to Toronto and beat Seattle to get to the World Series for the first time in more than 3 decades. 3-2 on Miles Straw. Here comes Banda. Right side of the infield, Freddie Freeman. Inning over, but the Jays get another right from the start tonight. They've been smiling. Davis Schneider led off the game with a home run. They've tacked on 5 more and lead Game 5 by that many.
Coming up. Getting into the later stages of this period. Winnipeg's ahead 1-0. And they've got the puck after that neutral zone faceoff.
Blue Jays bullpen takes over. Bottom of the 8th inning. Sir Anthony Dominguez on for the bottom of the Dodger lineup with Max Muncy to lead off. Dodgers have 3 hits in this game. A home run from Iehl Hernandez and 2 infield singles from Teoscar Hernandez. Star-studded cast, fallen silent. We came into this World Series talking about the Dodgers figuring it out down the stretch, that for a lot of this year it wasn't pretty. And this is opening up some memories of that. From early July through early September, a full 2-month stretch, their offense was 27th in the majors. Ground ball right side. Vlad Jr.'s got it. High flip over to Dominguez for the first out. Start Saturday strong with the undefeated top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes facing off against Penn State at the Horseshoe, all starting at 10 a.m. Eastern with Big Noon kickoff. It's live from Columbus, and then it's Penn State, Ohio State. Big Noon Saturday on Fox. And part of Big Noon, Matt Leinart, diehard Dodger fan. And that guy next to him. One away for Iehl Hernandez. Gave the Dodgers their only run in this game. There's home run back in the 3rd.
Well, I know it's the last thing on his mind, but it looks like Clayton Kershaw's last appearance at Dodger Stadium will be the one that he came in with the bases loaded. Being that this is it for him doesn't mean he won't pitch or could not pitch in Toronto, but it appears that he will end his career, unbelievable career, and his last outing will be in relief with the bases loaded.
We got that guy right there, Nathan Lucas, who will be able to tell his own grandkids that, hey, you know, the last guy Clayton Kershaw faced was your grandpa. 2 gone in the 8th. Hall of Fame career by every measure. Yeah, a chance that this is how it finishes. Symmetry with Sandy Koufax throughout his career. Right from the beginning, this highly touted young left-hander that arrives in Dodger blue. And he'll cap it with symmetry with Koufax as well, who ended his own career in the World Series. That's so beautiful that Sandy is here to see it all.
It's amazing. I mean, he embodies what this organization is. Well, it's like when he talks, everything stops. People just they lean in. They want to hear what he's got to say. Very low key, not in the public.
Dominant and regal. 89 years young. I'd love to be as sharp as he is, as good a health as he is at 49.
Well, I know we talked about this in a regular season game, but we got to talking. He was over in New York and just got to talking about golf and if he played much, during the year. And he said, I tried to play a little bit, but when you pitch on sometimes 2 days rest and 3 days rest, he didn't have a whole lot of time for golf. He was making 40 starts and doing the thing he had to do. So put it in perspective.
Crowd didn't like this call. Frustrations boiling over from the lack of offense they've seen since Freddie Freeman's walk-off home run. That's as much "what are we doing, Dodgers" as it is anger at that call. 3-2 from Dominguez inside and a walk from Call. They finally get Ohtani to the plate with a man aboard. Hey, we want to say hello to Terry Harrison. We are always thinking about you, Terry. Superstar member of our crew, our graphics team. Not with us this October, but we can't wait till you are again. Been a 6-1 game. Ohtani to the plate. It's the first time tonight that he's hit with a man on. And it's only the 7th time that he's hit with a man on his 26 times up.
Last time there was a mound meeting.
Yeah.
And the very next pitch, there was a home run. So I'm wondering what this mound meeting and reminding him of probably throwing a first pitch split and making sure that he gets the ball away. So we'll see how he responds, but that turned into an 18-inning beauty.
If you're trying to figure out what the mound visit was last time based on what he did, then the message would have been put the ball as middle as you can and see how far you can hit it. Because it was right on a tee, the very first pitch. Scorcher off the bat about time, but it was on a splitter, and it's down to first for Vlad Jr., and it sends game 5 to the 9th.
The second. Quick feed to Broussard. The Battalion have it in their own zone. Puck picked up in the open ice. On the left side, it moves to the middle of the ice. Moves it quickly over to Hatcher. Moves into the slot. Winnipeg's got control of it now from their own end. Smart read by the defender to come up with it. Hall's taking it from his own end. And now he moves it quickly to Broussard. The buzzer bringing the second period to an end.